Ambassador Fabian, are the United States and China having a Cold War? And if so, what could be the implications?
Thank you for the question. Very, very topical. There is already a Cold War II, between the United States of America and the People's Republic of China. Let us look at it historically. In 1949, Mao Zedong declared China stood up, and Chiang Kai-shek had by then fled to Formosa, now called Taiwan. India's Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru advised President Truman to talk to China. Truman rejected that advice and permitted Formosa to sit in the United Nations in the place of China and also to occupy the permanent seat in the Security Council. But by 1971, under President Nixon, the United States had second thoughts. Kissinger went to China in 1971, and next year Nixon himself went to China and had that historic meeting with Mao Zedong. Now, let's ask the question, why did Kissinger do what he did? It's not that he wanted to recognize the geopolitical reality of China, a reality which Truman refused to recognize, despite Nehru's advice. No, Nixon had a different calculation. The intention was to bring in China as a countervailing force to the Soviet Union. Full diplomatic relations between the two countries, China and the United States, were established only by 1979. But profiting from the political opening, China under Deng Xiaoping started the economic opening. China opened up its economy and, soon the globalization was running high, propelled by President Reagan in the United States and Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher in the United Kingdom. China profited immensely by pursuing a export-led growth strategy. So that was that. Now the question is whether China's rise, will it continue? For a long time China spoke of peaceful rise and nobody questioned that. But by now it is clear that China no longer wants to pretend that its rise is peaceful, because it has done in South China Sea, it has violated international law and it has resorted to military aggression. And the same military aggression it has resorted to at the border with India. So in other words, China's peaceful rise is over. But the deeper question is whether China's rise, peaceful or not peaceful, will continue. Well, my view, I could be wrong, my view is that China's rise is about to peak or has already peaked. Let me argue my case. China's economy may be the first to recover from the dreadful impact of COVID-19. Its economy will recover its productive capacity. But China's relations with the rest of the world have worsened, and in the United States, President Trump may or may not succeed himself, but whether it is Trump or Biden, across the board, there is a recognition that China is a new enemy and has to be dealt with. India's relations with China have certainly changed because of Chinese aggression at the border. China's relations with Australia are quite discordant now. Even with the European Union, China's relations are not what they were because the European Union has recognized that China is looking for financially distressed companies and to buy them up. European Union is not going to permit that. So, while China's economy may have recovered, its ability to export and promote economic relations with the rest of the world, that ability has diminished. So, in my view, China's rise has either peaked or is either peaked or about to peak. Now, you asked about the implications thereof. Maybe we should talk about that in the next podcast. Thank you so much.